Hi guys, this is Kristian from Wingsurfer.nl. Here I have the Starboard Airush Freewing Nitro. It's the 6 meter version and I've been testing it for a couple of weeks now in both the Netherlands and here on sunny Cyprus. I'd like to share you my thoughts about this wing. The most important feature of this new wing is its material. The leading edge is made of a new fiber. They call it the Hoekipa Ultra PE fiber, and it's because of it the wing is really light. I mean, I put the 5 meter on the scale, and with the leash, so always comes with a leash of course, it was just over 2 kilograms. So if you compare it to other brands that have new materials like the Alula, I think it's even a little bit lighter, and lighter is something I really like in the waves, because when riding waves, especially when the wind is really light, I mean if the wind picks up it doesn't really matter that much anymore, but when the wind is really light, you want a wing that is as light as possible, because when you're riding waves, you're moving around. If the wing is heavier, it just falls down a little bit sometimes, and the lighter the wing, and of course the design of the wing helps as well, but the weight, just because of the weight, it just keeps on floating much more easily. And with this wing, with this weight, it went really easily. Also because of this new material, the full structure of this wing it's much more solid. I mean, this is a 6 meter, and it's quite a challenge to get it up to 9 psi. So the recommended pressure for this one is 9 psi, and probably in this kind of sun it's getting higher and higher, but that's why they made it white, so it doesn't go up too quickly. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but let's try it. There's some kind of like this material, it's some sort of webbing, and it feels really solid, and I can actually see it here, like my foil did hit the material, and still in one piece, and that's really important. So they say when it's at the same structure and all, it's so much times stronger than steel, but I don't know if it's true, time will tell, but it does look like it can get a punch, or can avoid a cut in your wing. Because of the material, I don't know if you can see it, but the handles are, if you look at the attachment of the handles, it's actually quite simple. They don't use a lot of patches to strengthen it up. Apparently this material can take it, and they don't have to add a lot of patches and materials to make it strong, and so that saves weight again. Overall this wing looks really simple, but on the water I really enjoy it. The 6 meter, I can go out with a really small breeze. When the wind picks up, I can still hold it. Like normally when I would change down to like a 4 or something, I didn't bring a 4 to Cyprus. I did bring a 3.5 to Cyprus, but I haven't used that one because I could still control this wing really well. Like you have wings that are also quite solid, but what happens when the wind picks up, so because they're really solid and they keep the wind in the wing, it's easy to start them. But when the wind picks up, it becomes really strong on your arms, and I do feel a little bit of that as well in this wing, but it's lighter than a lot of other wings I've tried. because after a while this section blows out a bit more, so you lose the initial power because of it, and because the handles are really well placed and the balance is really well, all the power is distributed evenly in both arms, and the wind just blows out at this end, and that makes a lot of difference, because as I said, some wings keep it in there and you feel overpowered and you really need to change down. With this wing, I think it's a really good wing to go downwinging, because you know, you're downwinging, the wind goes up, the wind goes down, and sometimes it can be a bit of a pickle, but this way, you, especially because if you grab a size bigger and you know the wind might go a bit up or down, you know you're a bit more safe in that area. What else is there to say about this wing? It's really easy in tacking and jibing. It's compact, well, for its size, of course. It's like a little bit like the original Airush V1 and V2. It's quite wide at the center. It's really deep, so it picks up a lot of wind. Are there any disadvantages of this wing? The one I can tell right now is the white, actually. You have these little nice harbors in Cyprus, and I go out wherever I think I can go out, but when deflating you think like, oh, that's a nice patch of concrete, but they probably left some oil there from boats, so it picks up all the dirt. It becomes dirty really quickly. Other things, by the way, it's got a nice patch here, so you don't feel your knuckles after riding waves a lot. Got an extra deflate on the center strut. It's getting windy, so it's really easy to deflate, actually. As I said, inflating is quite a bitch. It needs so much. Well, this one takes 9 psi, and I think the 3 meter even 13 psi. It's quite a lot of work in the sun when you're pumping this one up. The leash is nice. I really like this as an overall wing for me, and I think downwinging it, I mean, I've only been in like sort of the same areas here, didn't do any downwinging. I think it will be a feast to downwing this one back in the Netherlands again. Going upwind on this wing, it's an average upwind wing. I've had wings that go upwind better, but I don't think it's designed for that. It's designed for in the waves, and of course it's nice if it goes upwind, good, but it's got other good characteristics, I'd say. And it floats like, I can't show it right now, but it's really well balanced. I really enjoy it a lot. So if you're after a really light wing, for downwinging, for riding waves, just cruising around, I can recommend this one.